Obviously, tough loss. We battled a really good team, one of the better teams in our league, for 45 minutes, and came up a little short. But I feel like this team needed to play a game like that against one of the better teams in the league, so that we can, have the belief that the staff has that we can be a good team. Right? We have a lot of new pieces. Second game in a row where Khalil Brantley got extended minutes, his first college start, and we've been preparing for it ever since everybody's been in COVID quarantine, and I thought he played a tremendous floor game, 8 assists, 1 turnover for a freshman in that type of game. In his first start, I thought was big time. But hats off to St. Bonnie's. They showed why they're an old, experienced, NCAA tournament caliber team. We had them down all game, and they responded, right when they needed to respond. And Kyle Lofton, as we've seen so many times, was huge late in the game, just making every play, whether scoring, finding an open man. Obviously, Oshun was terrific in the second half on the glass and around the rim. So hats off to those guys, and hopefully we'll get another crack at them later on down the road.
Hey, Coach, one question for you. Right close to about 8 minutes in the first half, you called that timeout and kind of getting back into your team, not getting back on defense and guarding that pull-up three. Is that something you were trying to get them to respond to kind of fire them up, or get them to get ready for the next push, or was that just your kind of your temper?
No. So one of the things that we talk about, after VCU is we watch the tape. And we got to do all the things that we can control every game for 40 minutes, right? And I thought we did it for as close to 40 minutes as we could. Getting matched up in transition is one of those things. So versus VCU, it wasn't threes. We were giving up dunks, and giving those guys easy baskets. So it's like, okay, how about just don't give the other team easy, wide open shots early in the clock. Make them earn everything, right? So when they got that shot, I needed to remind them that, we don't want to give up easy baskets in transition. It's not what we want to do. We want to make them work for everything they get. And I thought we responded, and we did a better job of that as the game went on.
And Coach, for his first college start, Khalil Brantley was really a force to be reckoned with tonight. So just what do you have to say about him, his matching up with Josh Nickelberry, who we also saw for the first time in a while, just his impact on this game in particular?
I mean, he has, he has the swagger and the confidence, and he's one of those dudes that really kind of lives for this, right? So I wasn't surprised that he played well. I was proud of the fact that he took care of the basketball. He only had 1 turnover. He found his teammates, because we all know, that Khalil, he likes to get his shots up. But he got his shots up and he found his teammates, which was good. And it gives his teammates confidence that when he's on the floor that he's looking for him and he's going to find him. And I think it was important for us to experience that, right? Because when he plays that way, our team is better. And because he played that way, I think it gave us a chance to be in a game with a team like St. Bonnie's.
And then is it difficult when you have such a high number of fouls in both halves, obviously, with your defense to be tight and aggressive, but you don't want to have those free throws and, having players potentially foul out in certain halves. So what do you want to say about that?
Well, for me, I feel like every time we play St. Bonnie's, they do an unbelievable job of getting to the foul line, and we do a not so good job of getting to the foul line. It's like every time we play St. Bonaventure, they do a great job of just drawing fouls and getting to the line. And, for whatever reason, we did not. But, it's something that we talk about, limiting our fouls. Not again, it speaks to transition defense. Don't give the other team wide open shots. Defend without fouling so that you're not in the penalty and you're giving a really good team easy opportunities to get free baskets at the free throw line. So something that we'll have to clean up. But again, like when you play against an experienced veteran team like St. Bonaventure, that's one of the ways that they take advantage of you by, being physical, by shot faking, by being disciplined on offense, and they force you to foul them at times. So hats off to them.
My last question for you is just about that run you went on at the beginning of the second half. Is there anything you noticed in particular during that time that you want to continue to do in your team?
We got stops, and we got out, and we got fast break points. That's what happened. Like, we got stops, and we were able to convert those stops into easy layups and dunks. And then you have to be able to sustain it. Now, we got stops. St. Bonaventure adjusted. They tightened their game up, and then they didn't turn the ball over. I'm sure Schmitty got on those dudes about the turnovers, right? We forced them into 14 turnovers. But I think that's what it was. We were able to, defend those guys, pressure the ball, create some turnovers, which in turn led to some easy baskets for us.
And then one more question, Coach. Clifton Moore and Josh Knuckleberry, joint top scorers tonight. We kind of expected this from Clifton, but what do you have to say about Josh's performance, considering this was the first time you've seen him get significant minutes on the court in a while?
Well, we got to get him going. He's a lethal weapon for us on the offensive end, and I didn't want to mess around with him, putting him in and out. I wanted him to get in a rhythm. He's coming off of COVID, so I didn't, I wanted to get him out there. There was times where he looked winded, so I got him out. I would have liked to have played him more, but he looked winded at times. But, we know Josh has the potential to be a really good player for us, and, he came back off of COVID, locked himself in the gym as soon as he could get back in the gym. So, I'm sure that he was happy to be back out there with his teammates, and, hopefully he can use this game to kind of build on and gain some momentum as we head into St. Joe's on Monday. All right. Thank you, guys. Have a good one.